There's a construction boom happening right now, unlike almost anything we've seen before. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, they're pouring enormous amounts of money into one thing: AI. But not just AI software, the gigantic physical infrastructure required to keep it alive. And there's one uncomfortable question nobody can avoid forever. Who is going to pay for all of this? We like to imagine artificial intelligence living somewhere in the cloud, but the cloud isn't really a cloud. It's buildings. Very, very expensive buildings. Inside them are thousands of servers packed with specialized chips. Those chips need electricity. They need cooling. They need LAN. They need power infrastructure. And all of that costs real M. So let's follow the money. Imagine investors put $100 into the AI economy. That money doesn't simply disappear into ChatGPT or some mysterious algorithm. It begins moving through an enormous industrial machine. Technology companies spend money building data centers. Data centers buy chips. Chip manufacturers depend on semiconductor factories. Servers require electricity. Utilities need new power generation and transmission. Construction companies build the facilities. And suddenly, one AI investment is supporting an entire economic eco. And this isn't a small expansion. Estimates for AI infrastructure investment over the coming years run into the trillions of dollars. Companies aren't building a few extra server rooms. They're planning enormous campuses containing billions of dollars worth of computing equipment. The AI race has effectively become an infrastructure race, because whoever controls enough computing power may control a significant part of the next technological EAB. There's just one problem. Even the world's richest technology companies don't necessarily want to finance every dollar themselves. Increasingly, the AI buildout touches another enormous market: debt. Banks, bond investors, private credit funds, and infrastructure investors can all become part of the financing machine. And that's where this story becomes much more interesting. Because debt changes the equation. When you borrow money to build something, eventually that investment has to generate enough cash to pay the money back. And this reveals what the AI boom really is. It's a bet, a gigantic bet on future demand. Companies are spending money today because they believe businesses and consumers will pay much more for AI tomorrow. If they're right, these data centers could become some of the most valuable infrastructure ever built. But if AI revenues grow more slowly than expected, the same infrastructure can become extraordinarily expensive capacity sitting on a balance. But money isn't the only constraint. AI has another problem: electricity. Data centers consume enormous amounts of power, and expanding them can require new substations, transmission lines, and generation capacity, which creates another economic question. If electricity infrastructure has to expand to support AI, who pays for that expansion? The technology company? Investors? Utilities? Or eventually, ordinary electricity C? So does that mean AI is a bubble? Not necessarily. That's an important distinction. A technology can be revolutionary, and investors can still spend too much money building it. The internet changed the world, but that didn't prevent the dot-com bubble. Railroads transformed entire economies. Yet railroad investment also produced spectacular financial booms and busts. The question isn't whether AI matters. It clearly does. The question is whether the price being paid today makes economic sense for the revenue that ARI. There's another interesting part of an infrastructure boom. You don't necessarily need to know who ultimately wins the AI race to know who gets paid during the race. Chip companies sell processors. Construction companies build facilities. Utilities sell electricity. Landowners sell land. Lenders collect interest. Whether every AI company eventually earns spectacular profits is a completely different question. So what's the economic stick verdict? AI may genuinely transform the global economy, but transforming the economy and producing a good return on every dollar invested are two very different things. Trillions are being committed today, based on profits expected tomorrow. And until those profits arrive, the biggest question surrounding the AI boom remains surprisingly simple. Who pays?